Baltimore and Maryland. Drive by, see them. Go to howardbank.com. Every person at Howard Bank empowered to help you. That makes them unique. Big appreciation to Mary Ann Wade, the entire staff over there, Chris, everybody we know over at Howard Bank for sponsoring our Be More Positive series, as well as our friends at Cole Roofing. Billy Cole stops by once a week. We usually yell about the Orioles. I'm sure we'll be talking about the NFL draft next week as well. Cole Roofing does commercial roof spaces and corporate roof spaces. They also do that with Pfister Energy by showing you how to make your corporate roof space a profit center and to make the world a better, greener place as well. But they've been doing roofs for 99 years at Cole Roofing. Learn more about what they do at coleroofing.com. Our Be More Positive community and charity series now moves us across town here. She is the executive director at the St. Francis Neighborhood Center. She hails from Ohio and is very excited to be on here. I appreciate all of our early guests in this part of our series. A lot going on. If I went out to St. Francis and the website out there at stfranciscenter.org, you got a bunch of stuff going on with kids, Christi Green, don't you?
I do. Thank you for having me. We are very, well, first of all, we're very excited to be here. Thank you. And yeah, we're located in West Baltimore on the corner, a small corner of Linden and Whitelock. And we're a true community center. And we have all kinds of things going on for the community all the time. But we're mostly known for our youth programming for children living below poverty. After school and summer year-round programming, and that also affects their parents and families. It's a very, very awesome program. We're showing great success. Kids are raising their grades. They're reading grade levels by 2 to 5 grades. It's pretty amazing.
I've driven by your place. You're right by Druid Hill Park, right? You're not far at all from the zoo, right?
That is correct. We're about 4 blocks from Druid Hill Park and about 2 blocks from North Avenue. We're kind of tucked right in between there, and Penn North is right beside us, our neighbor, Bolton Hill, across the street.
Well, and you're not far from Micah either. I would say this for people not aware of what's going on in the city and the problems. You've come very close to this and seen this. Tell us, the inspirations. This has been here since 1960s, right? I mean, this is an organization been around over 50 years. You're seeing this. Where are the strides being made in our city over the last couple of years since the unrest?
Sure. So I kind of felt the tension of what happened with Freddie Gray and the unrest and everything already getting ready to happen, because what we were seeing was an extreme amount of poverty. 1,200 children in that area live below poverty. And we were really seeing this tension of people couldn't get out of poverty. They were feeling very oppressed and just negative. So when this happened, I think it kind of unleashed finally people are noticing that there are issues. There's injustices, there's poverty, there's issues that need to be addressed. We've always been there, like you said, we've been there since 1963. Our consistent support has been amazing, and I think that's one of the reasons why we're so successful. But I think what happened after that is, we brought in counseling for our kids and families. We brought the police in. We had trust talks. We tried to build up and get to know one another better. We continued to give the community a voice, which I think that's what makes us stand out, is that I work for Reservoir Hill and Penn North. I work for the residents. Nothing I do is because I want to or the board wants to. It's because the community has driven that process. So giving the community a voice and a place to be safe, we became the place that you could get a lunch, you could get dinner during all of that when there was no grocery store and all of that around us. We became the place that was safe, that people could come in and have an honest conversation with the police. And so I think strides for us is that we continue to give our community a voice, and we continue to offer those programs and that accessibility to improve their lives, whether it be job readiness, computer lab, or educational programming. It's all based on education and just really getting the opportunity to, work and talk with one another, support one another. I mean, really that's what it's about, is caring and supporting one another.
stfranciscenter.org. They're doing great work. And I must say, part of me doing this Be More Positive communities, I was unaware. I mean, I know there are groups out there doing things. I've been involved in a couple of Thanksgiving turkeys and serving food and doing those type of things on special days. But on a, random Tuesday in the middle of May, you are the the ones out there on the front line out in West Baltimore. stfranciscenter.org. What a website, and what an amazing amount of information is up here, quite frankly, from programs and events to whether you can volunteer or not, but also your Twitter's alive. You guys are doing like a Kentucky Derby block party next week. I'm going down to Laurel with my wife because they're our sponsor, and that's where the ponies are, but you guys are doing a block party. You do community events to bring people together to try to improve the community on the West Side.
Absolutely, and we view ourselves as a model for the entire city because the programs are working. And like I said, majority of that is because it's education-based and we listen to the community. So like the Chaucer event this next Saturday is a Derby day where people can come out and support the center and have a good time. And ultimately, it makes Baltimore City a better place. And not just West Baltimore, not just our neighborhood, but all around. Because if we're all doing better, the city's better. We do see a lot of violent crime and issues like that, whether it's West Baltimore or all over the city. And if people can feel supported and get a job, go back to school while their kids are being supported at programs for no cost at our center, then that is helping everyone.
Now, you worked at Sylvan. You did a bunch of different things. You came into this gig 5-6 years ago as the executive director over at St. Francis, and taking this. This is a challenging assignment you've taken on here, Christi. I think you're a hill charger.
Thanks. I have such a weird background. I kind of laugh about it because I have such a mix of corporate. I sold steel at one point. So it shows you like my weird background. But everything I've ever done in my life, I think has led me to St. Francis Neighborhood Center, which is pretty awesome because when I pulled up, I was like, okay, there's this big 3-story brownstone on the corner with a bunch of kids running in and out of it and community members running in and out. It was the most organic grassroots outreach I think I've ever seen in my life with all my background and now 20 years experience in nonprofit. And I just fell in love and I've been there ever since. And what that led to was we realized we're too small. Our house is basically falling apart because we have 60 kids in there every day. And we have kids begging on the front porch to come in, and we don't have enough room for them. So we launched a capital campaign to renovate and expand, which is historic for us. I mean, we're small. Like you said, a lot of people don't know that we're there, and we're just digging in and doing our work. So I think it's super important for people to know that we're trying to do even more, and we need city and, community support. So it's pretty important. So now we're trying to raise $4 million. And we're doing amazing. And we actually plan to have a shovel in the ground September 28th this fall. And we're going to renovate and expand, triple our space, and more than double the amount of kids and families and community members serving.
Where's the support coming from for you? I mean, you're doing a lot of events, fundraisers, and whatnot. Obviously on a day-to-day basis, it costs money to take care of children in West Baltimore.
It sure does. I would say number one is individual donations because we're a nonprofit. And then I would say after that, we have state support. We're a 21st Century Community Learning Center site, which is really important. We partner with 17 Baltimore City schools. So if you think about that, we're community-based. We're not school-based. So wherever our kids go, we're in their lives, in their schools, and in their homes. We even do home visits. So it's pretty phenomenal how intense and customized our program is. But then we also have other support, for programming. Baltimore Women's Giving Circle, Weinberg, Knott Foundation, other foundations that really support us, corporate support like Venable, they all help us. But then in the capital sense, we've had people step up, which is pretty phenomenal. We've had the city Department of Housing step up and the state. Senator Barbara Robinson got through 2 bond bills for us. Knott Foundation, Durabante, Comcast, Royal Farms, and
one of our sponsors, by the way, real fresh, real fast. Give it to Royal Farms. Yes, thank you.
Yes, and recently Under Armour. So all of these individuals and corporations and foundations are stepping up healthy neighborhoods. I mean, I know I left some off because it's been pretty amazing support that's stepped up. But that's the thing, we're not done. So we still need a lot of help from everybody out there.
Christi Green is here. She is from the St. Francis Neighborhood Center. You probably have passed it if you've been on the south side of Druid Park on the road near TV Hill in the Bolton Hill area. You can learn more about everything they do at stfranciscenter.org. They're also all over Facebook with events and fundraisers and all sorts of stuff. You guys got the thing moving and grooving over there, and I appreciate you waking up and getting with us here as part of our Be More Positive series brought to you by Howard Bank and Cole Roofing for putting this thing together. We're trying to shine a light on this. If there's anything we can do around here to help you guys out and tell more of your story, we're happy to do that, and certainly retweet you from time to time as well. And feel free to invite us. We don't live too far from there. What is your biggest event of the year? If you do what we would call a Super Bowl around here, what is your big one?
So we do our largest outreach event of the year, and it's not a fundraiser, it's an outreach event. It's August 4th. It's the first Saturday of August every year. This is our 13th year. It's the Reservoir Hill Resource Fair and Festival. We are in a food and resource desert. It's critical that we try to bring resources and education and health services into the neighborhood at least once a year so people can see what's out there because it's just not accessible where we are. So it is 11 to 4 on August 4th, and we need tons of volunteers, and we have the best music in Baltimore. It's amazing. It's so much fun, and Poe comes out, and the Orioles bird comes out, and we have a kids corner, and we give away backpacks stuffed with school supplies and groceries to the kids and families that come out. And it's actually open to everybody. It's not just Reservoir Hill. So if you want to see a true city event, I think it is one of the most positive events ever, and thousands of people come out. It's pretty amazing.
August 4 is that day, correct?
August 4th, it's at German Park, which is the little park right beside the center that we transform from an open-air drug market, I might add, to a extremely positive, huge event that is the best day. It's so much fun.
I see it here in the calendar. There is a Facebook page set up for it, the Reservoir Hill Resource Fair and Music Festival. It is August the 4th at St. Francis Neighborhood Center on the west side, but on the north side, not too far from 83, too far from downtown as well. Keep up the great work. I appreciate your positive enthusiasm and your energy for everything you guys are doing over there in West Baltimore, and let us know how we can help you out, okay?
Thank you so much.
Christi Green from the St. Francis Neighborhood Center, stfranciscenter.org to see all the great work they're doing out there. Our friends at Howard Bank, as well as at Cole Roofing, are doing the great work of supplying us these great stories each and every Thursday and supplying the sponsorship necessary for that. If you have a Be More Positive story out there, or a charity or community story that's here, it's local, telling a great story, that's what I want to do on Thursday mornings. We'll be doing that each and every week. You can email me, nasty@WNST.net, to point me in the right direction for some good stories around here so that we can tell them at WNST.net. For our sports stuff, our music, our intelligent chats, you can find all of that in the buyatoyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from wherever you happen to be. A full week of sports coverage here, and of course the morning newspaper ships digitally to your email inbox at 7 a.m. each and every morning. It's got all the box scores, the standings, Luke's views, our views, videos, all that stuff each and every morning. It's all brought to you by Planet Fitness and PlanetFitness.com. Also, our morning newspaper now includes the Laurel entries. Laurel, couple more weeks, then we're moving to Pimlico. Hi-ho, Pimlico. The 19th, it's Preakness. 18th is the Pink Festival. And, of course, the Derby down there on the 4th. My wife and I are heading down to Laurel for the Kentucky Derby celebration next Saturday. We hope to see you down there as well. Nasty at WNST.net is the one place to find me. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.